Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Okay, what's up, guys? I got to get into this thing fast because a lot of you guys are wondering, hey, what the heck is going on? Why is this man on early? Why is he on early right now? Okay, you know, I even right now, I was even wondering if I was going to play the theme song because on some real stuff, I'm going, okay, this is breaking as we speak right now. This is a huge story. I knew something dirty was going on, y'all. I knew something dirty was going on. And we about to look into this. We're about to look at this. This is a breaking news story. And I know, here it is. I know it has nothing to do with the stuff that I have been covering as of recently and all that. But at the same time, the injustices that do go on in this world, we do need to talk about those things. You know, the lives that have been lost at the hands of the police and the hands of certain people. It's important to cover these stories. It's absolutely important. Okay. And you're reading the title, you see what's going on, you hear what's going on here. And I'm jumping on early because I wanted to do a quick story to you guys, because I just felt like if I did this as a pop-up video, it would just take too long. I got a very, very busy evening, and I still have an evening to hang out with you guys in about 2 hours. So here it is. I got another live I'm supposed to be doing with you guys at 7. So here it is, 7 Central Standard Time. So here it is. I got to jump into this story because this is breaking as we speak. This is 15, 20 minutes old. I'm not kidding you. All right. So let's get into the story, shall we? Here it is, y'all. If you've been keeping a close eye and a close watch on everything that's been revolving around the death of Ahmaud Arbery, then you're definitely wanting to know about this particular story. Like I said, I knew something shady was going on, y'all. I knew something was shady when those guys were out of prison, not arrested for 60 days straight after the death of this young man who was just running through a neighborhood. Okay, so we got to get into this. Ex-prosecutor indicted for misconduct in Ahmaud Arbery death. This is that individual right here. Yes, Jackie Johnson, district attorney Jackie Johnson was hiding some things, y'all, so that she could protect some people. Yeah, let's get into this article, shall we? Man, isn't this good? 1 second, let me blow this up so you guys can see a little bit more of this than me. All right. So, like I said, we're gonna make this one quick, but we got to talk about it. This is real. This is real, y'all, and breaking. Anyway, be sure to hit that like button down below because I'm not supposed to be on for another 2 hours. I got things to do, but I wanted to give you guys this hot and fresh out the damn kitchen because I knew it. I knew some bad things were going on. Okay, a former Georgia prosecutor was indicted Thursday on misconduct charges alleging she used her position to shield the men who chased and killed Ahmaud Arbery for being charged with crimes immediately after the shootings. Remember, we did this. We covered this a long time ago when the news had just come out about his murder, right? And the fact that those men were still out, chilling, able to crack open beers, do whatever the hell they wanted, enjoying their time, enjoying the taste of freedom, smelling that freedom air. 2 months these men were out before they were actually brought in for anything, arrested, anything. 2 months because of this particular individual. All right. A grand jury in coastal Glenn County indicted former Brunswick Judicial Circuit District Attorney Jackie Johnson on charges of violating her oath of office and hindering a law enforcement officer. The indictment resulted from an investigation Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr requested last year into local prosecutors' handling of Arbery's slaying after a cell phone video of the shooting and a delay in charges sparked a national outcry. So this is what Carr said. While an indictment was returned today, our file is not closed. We will continue to investigate in order to pursue justice. Now, if you don't remember what happened with Ahmaud Arbery, young man, 25-year-old man, was running through a neighborhood. He went into a unfinished, not fully finished house, right? A construction site. I guess he was looking around because he liked to see the how things were being erected, how things were being built, and he went on running down his merry little way, only to be pursued by two different men, a white father and son, Greg and Travis McMichael. They armed themselves and pursued this young man in a pickup truck after spotting him running in their neighborhood. All right? A neighbor, William Roddy Bryan, joined the chase and took a cell phone video of Travis McMichael shooting Arbery at close range with a shotgun because they were chasing him down. They were trying to bump him off the road with their car. Finally, they pulled over. Ahmaud Arbery, I guess it was a moment of fight or flight. He finally said, F it, I'm going to fight, protect myself. They alleged that this young man had stolen a hammer, all these different things. Okay. Now he was shot. And after attacking Travis McMichael, all right, they said that he was a burglar. Right. Okay. Police did not charge any of them immediately following the shooting. And the McMichaels and Bryan remained free for more than 2 months until the cell phone video of the shooting was leaked online. And Governor Brian Kemp asked the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to take over the case. Both McMichaels and Bryan were charged with murder and other crimes in May 2020 and face trial this fall. Yes, y'all. And you know for a fact we're going to be watching this. Prosecutors say Arbery was merely jogging in their neighborhood and was unarmed when Travis McMichael shot him. And that's true. He didn't have anything on him. All right. They say there was no evidence that Arbery had committed a crime. All he did was run into a house that was being built, a construction site. That's all he did. So Greg McMichael had worked as an investigator in Johnson's office, having retired in 2019. Evidence introduced in pretrial hearings in the murder case shows he called Johnson's cell phone and left her a voicemail soon after the shooting occurred. Jackie, this is Greg, he said, according to the recording of the call included in the public case file. Could you call me as soon as you possibly can? My son and I are involved in a shooting, and I need some advice right away. A record of George McMichael's cell phone calls that day does not show that Johnson called him back. The indictment says Johnson showed favor and affection towards Greg McMichael in the investigation and interfered with police officers at the scene by directing that Travis McMichael should not be placed under arrest. I'm going to continue, but what? Johnson did not immediately return the phone message seeking comment Thursday afternoon. She has previously insisted she did nothing wrong, saying she immediately rescued herself from the case because George McMichael was a former employee. I am confident that when the truth finally comes out, people will understand our office did what it had to do, what it had to under the circumstances, Johnson told the Associated Press in November after she lost her reelection. Lee Merritt, an attorney for Arbery's mother, said in a statement Thursday that the prosecutors must be held accountable when they interfere with investigations in order to protect friends and law enforcement. And I could not agree more. He said Arbery's mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, is grateful for everyone who continues to advocate for justice for Ahmaud and for accountability at every level. So, after the shooting, Johnson called Barnhill to handle questions from the police about how to handle the shooting. Now, this is now the district attorney. He is the Waycross Judicial Circuit District Attorney, George Barnhill, just so you guys know. So, they ended up appointing Barnhill to take over in February 27th, 4 days after the shooting. In his letter ordering an investigation last May, Carr said he was never told that Barnhill had already advised police that he did not see grounds for the arrest of any of the individuals involved in Mr. Arbery's death. Barnhill later recused himself as well, He later recused himself as well after Arbery's family learned his son worked for Johnson as an assistant prosecutor. But before he stepped aside, Barnhill wrote a letter to a Glenn County police captain saying that the McMichaels were following in hot pursuit a burglary suspect with solid firsthand probable cause in their neighborhood and telling him to stop. It appears their intent was to stop and hold this criminal suspect until law enforcement arrived. Under the Georgia law, this is perfectly legal. Barnhill advised in a letter referencing Georgia's citizens arrest statute. The law was quickly repealed with overwhelming support from Republicans and Democrats as a reaction to Arbery's death. Johnson blamed the controversy over Arbery's death for her election defeat last year after a decade as top prosecutor for the 5-county circuit in Southeast Georgia. She was defeated by an independent candidate, Keith Higgins, who had to collect thousands of signatures to get on the ballot. So this is the face of corruption, y'all. So as you heard, one of the McMichaels was a former employee of this woman, of the former district attorney, Jackie Johnson. She protected them as much as she could without actually being like, it seemed as if she was out there making sure that they're being protected without actually putting herself out there too much. But now they're showing that there has been evidence that she's been out here covering things up. But it makes you wonder. It really does make you wonder why. Why was she? What does she have? What stakes does she have in regards to this whole situation? It doesn't make any sense to me. because here it is. I get it that this could have been like a former employee type of thing, and maybe it looks bad, especially when you are in the middle of re-election. That's probably what it is. She didn't want to look bad, knowing that she was connected to something so terrible. So she goes and she tries to do everything she can in her power to clean up the scene, right? Hold them out for as long as they can. Hey guys, you don't need to arrest them right now. Hold up. Don't arrest these guys right now. I got an election to win. I got a re-election to win. Just hold out for a little bit. No matter what, she still lost. She still lost, baby. Okay. Homegirl still lost. Why do you think she lost, though? Could it possibly be because of what she had been doing? Because of covering this stuff? Covering this stuff up, I mean? Could it be that? Think about it. At some point, the truth shall come to light. My dogs concur. At some point, the truth shall come to light. So this is exactly what happened. Because people can see through the BS. And there we have it. We have somebody who went out of her way to try to cover murderers. I'll just say this too. Don't you think that this is going to look bad for them when they go into court? I'm just saying. Isn't this a bad look for them? This is a bad look for them too, y'all. Real talk. And who else has said this? DOA, you ain't wrong, bruh. Let me put that up because that's not wrong at all. The next indictment should be on every single police officer that was on that scene involved with this whole quote unquote cover up. It makes you wonder, like I said, could it be not only that she was trying to cover that up, not only just for the reelection, and obviously she's connected to the McMichaels in some sort of way because he used to be a former employee, so on and so forth, and the connections run deep, right? So she's probably trying to cover that up, right? Because she doesn't want to look bad. Her opponent could literally use this against her during this whole campaign, right? But then there's also the other thing of it too. Just what if she was just friends with this dude? Next thing you know, she's trying to protect him because she feels like what he did was right. When, of course, no one knew at that time what the full scope of the story was. But she would be so quick to lean towards the McMichaels, assuming that this young black man was able to run around with a hammer, was able to run with just nothing but jogging shorts and clothing, but he still was wielding a weapon. Then on top of that, let's not forget about the video that leaked. Shout out to those people who find out and do their sleuth work, able to get those kind of videos and stuff and put them out. Shout out to those people, man. Real talk. I mean, sometimes it sucks, right? You don't want your stuff hacked, but at the same time, like that kind of video needed to get out, because if it didn't come out, then this would not have been a story. They would not have a case. And she also tried to bury that ish too. Tampering with evidence. I knew it. I remember talking about this so candidly and going, I don't understand why the officials and the people that work inside the inside the elected officials and all that work inside the state, inside the city and all that. Why were they not doing everything in their power to arrest these men that were involved in this death, in this murder of a young man? And what happens? Nothing happens. Why weren't they involved? Well, it's because the district attorney had something to do with it. Real talk. Wow, we got some crazy breaking news stories here, y'all. Wow, it just keeps coming in. You just keep falling like dominoes, y'all. But anyway, there's another breaking story that just happened within like 15, and I'll probably have to break it on in the next feed, to be really, really, really honest. But as much as there are people out here that go, oh yeah, there's every black person wants to use the excuse of racism. Every black person that is out there protesting and marching and screaming their lungs out, screaming till they can't speak anymore out here on behalf of all the people, all the men and women that have died. They're so quick to think that we're out here just trying to make drama for drama's sake, that we're out here to make things up, that we're conspiracizing, for lack of a better word, about the idea of these people trying to cover things up, fellow man out. But we're now seeing proof positive. We're now seeing proof positive that there really is corruption going on inside our city walls, within our elected officials. They are abusing their power and doing whatever they can to make sure that they take care of their own, instead of taking care of the people that have been unjustifiably killed in the streets. So, there you have it, guys. I saw a bunch of super chats. I wasn't able to get to them because I was too busy covering the actual news article that I just got. But do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button down below. I saw a bunch of you guys. I see a bunch of y'all in here right now. We are, in the middle of breaking this story right now as we speak. This is really ridiculous. This is a short pop-up, or like this is a short live. I just figured it'd be a lot easier to do this as a live and go through this with you guys rather than do a pop-up video, because I wanted you guys to hear this from my own mouth first. But I'll tell you this, I knew for a bloody fact that there was some corruption going on. There ain't no way that any black men that had done the same thing, all right, if they did the same thing, same scenario, there ain't no way those 2 black men or 3 black men, because there was one that was actually filming, there's no way that if there was 3 black men that did that same thing to a white man, to a young white guy running in the streets, there's no way he would have been, there ain't no way they would have been out for 2 months. They would have been arrested on the spot, y'all, without even thinking twice. But apparently, if you got connections and if you got, if you without that melanin skin, you can get away with murder. Oh, ear hustler, you ain't wrong. You know what I mean? More heads are going to roll. I guarantee you that. because this goes deeper than what we have right now. This goes deeper than what we were expecting. Like I said, we all have that strange little inkling in our bones. You know what I'm saying? When we feel like something corrupt and wrong is going on, we all have that inkling. We all have that feeling. But then when it finally presents itself, you suddenly take a step back. You're still shocked, but you're also taking a sigh of relief, like, my Lord, I'm not crazy. Thank you, baby Jesus. I'm not crazy. I knew something deeper was going on, for real. It had to have been. I got one super chat that I can pull up here. Jay, the comedian, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He said, Pascal, you should interview Jesse Lee Peterson. Hail to the gnaw. But I appreciate you thinking about that. That would be hilarious. I feel like I'd hang up on him like within seconds. So hail to the gnaw. He does not represent anything good with this show. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not trying to get into it. Okay? But there is the proof right there, guys. There is the proof that there was corruption going on. She was holding and blocking stuff from happening. She told the cops not to arrest those men. So they got out scot-free from over 60 days. The footage showing the murder of this young man completely withheld, hidden. Somebody had to go and leak that footage out. And that's how they got the case. Without that leak, there would be no case. Without that leak, those men would still be on the streets living their life like it's golden. Here it is, y'all. Of course, they have their court date, their time to meet to go face to face with what they've done. The McMichaels and the other guy, I forgot his name now. Roddy. Okay. I hope that this information here that we just read here helps us get a tiny bit closer to justice for Ahmaud Arbery. I guarantee you his mother is probably sleeping very, very well right now, or a little bit better, knowing that she's not crazy. And most people who have been watching this show and have the same theories as I do, because it transcends the color. You know what's unjust. You know what's wrong. If you see it with your own two eyes and you watch the video, you hear the story, you go, something ain't right here. It transcends color. It does. And of course, the opposing side too. You know, there's a lot of people who are not white that think that those guys did the right. But for the people who have been on the opposing side, are on the side of where we are right now, where we believe that there is corruption or something was wrong, we have been slightly vindicated today. Slightly. Like I said, full vindication will be full on justice for Ahmaud Arbery. And those three men will be buried under that prison. And they will be charged. And they will be buried under that prison. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the only way that justice for Ahmaud Arbery is going to happen. Period. Tyler Hackner, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He says, love this show. Well, this show loves you. And I appreciate you for coming in and being a part of the conversation and showing the support. I know this is not my normal time. I'm going to be jumping back on in about an hour and a half from now. We're going to be doing something a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit lighter. All right. But for everyone who's watching right now, I just have to say thank you for taking in the time to watch this show. And Breonna Taylor, absolutely. The Breonna Taylors, everybody, every kid, Michael Brown Jr., let's start there even. And the kids that have died before Michael Brown Jr., they all need, and we all should be seeking justice for them until our last breath on this planet. I'm serious. But here we go. Truth that there is full-on corruption in our midst. Okay? And as much as we want to sit here and think, as much as some people might think, oh, we're crazy for thinking what we're thinking, I beg to differ when you have stuff like this that comes to light. Proof of tampering, of evidence, withholding things, hindering a police officer from doing their job, hindering and stopping police officers from arresting 2 men that were involved in a grisly murder, an unjust murder. Those guys went scot-free for 60 plus days. They got to go shooting, hunting, having a grand old time. Got to drink their Busch Light or their Coors Light or whatever the hell they drink. Make love, get drunk, have the time of their lives for 60 extra days, y'all. They never saw the inside of a cell after doing what they did to that young man, period. And then you got this young man who doesn't get to enjoy any of those wonderful things that life gifts us, period. And these, I'm trying to be a good man right here. But these pieces of work are still on this planet. And they were allowed to do whatever they wanted with no fear of getting arrested until that video leaked. We ain't crazy, y'all. This is full-on proof that we are not crazy. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for jumping on and being a part of this. I gotta hop off because I gotta prepare for the next show. But we are going to be talking about something else. It's going to be much lighter, not as intense. It's been this information and this story right here is pretty intense. I'm happy that we were able to cover it. I'm happy you guys were able to cover it with me. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Don't forget to hit that like button down below before you take off. I will be back on at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to wrap with you guys for about an hour. And we're going to, like I said, talk about something much lighter. All right. But I will be opening up the video lines and all that to talk about the subject matter that we will be talking about over there. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and be a part of that open conversation. But anyway, I got to get going. All right, y'all. Like I said, we are finally getting the truth about Ahmaud Arbery or the people that are around the case that are tampering with things. This is the reason why. We have to take care of ourselves, and we have to make sure that even our own good people and people of our own are inside the judicial system, period. We need to be making sure that our people are in there too, period. And I don't say our people mean like, black. Yes, black. But at the same time, our teammates, the people who are going to keep their heads on a swivel for us too, period. Seems like they got some people that are protecting them. Why aren't we protecting ourselves? So we got to be very careful. And we really got to make sure that our kids get that education. And we vote the right elected officials into office, period. Do your research. Make sure you have the right people in there. Because next thing you know, you might be a hashtag and that person is tampering with all your stuff because they have the power. That corrupt human being. Just saying. Spread the word, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Do me that favor. Spread the word. All right? Anyway, it's time to get going. I'll see you guys in about an hour and 20 minutes. Okay? Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys soon. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Justice for Ahmaud Arbery. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.